Okay, good morning to all of you. In this class, we are going to discuss about orthonormality and orthogonality of Hermite polynomials. Okay, the orthogonal property, or it is called as orthogonality of Hermite polynomial, is given by e to the power minus x square minus infinity to plus infinity integration limit h n x into hmx dx equal to 0 if m not equal to 0. So this is only this equation is called as orthogonality condition or orthogonality property, and is equal to 2 to the power n into n factorial into root pi if m equal to n. So if I am going to write combiningly these two equation, then I have to use this function, that is your Kronecker delta function, that is your delta mn equal to 1 if m equal to n, equal to 0 if m not equal to n. So by considering both at a time, this and this, we can write minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power x square hn x into hmx into dx is equal to 2 to the power n factorial root pi into Kronecker delta mn. So here if m not equal to n, then it will be 0. If m equal to n, then this value will be 1, and the value we can get 2 to the power n into n factorial into root pi. And this equation, this equation is called nothing but called as your normalization property, nor orthonormal. But when it will be 0, it will be called as orthogonality property when m not equal to n. But whenever we have to use the Kronecker delta and we have to write the general equation, then that equation is nothing but called as your orthonormalization property or orthonormalization condition, whatever you can say. Okay, so likewise, may you remember, or you can check your note at the time of discussion of Legendre polynomial, orthogonal property of Legendre's polynomial. There you can write some extra word, that is orthogonal and orthonormality property of Legendre's polynomial. You just correct it in your note in your regarding Legendre polynomial. Okay, there I written at that time only orthogonal property, but you just add this word, that is orthogonal and orthonormality property of Legendre's polynomial. So here pm pn dx minus 1 to plus 1 if 0 at that time m not equal to n, then this only this condition we have to call as orthogonality property, orthogonality condition. Then orthonormal, whenever we have to say, at that time Kronecker delta symbol has to be come into the picture. So that will be pm x into pn x. That means here when m equal to n, then it will value will be 2 by 2n plus 1. So combiningly these two, I can write pmx into pnx dx equal to 2 by 2n plus 1 into Kronecker delta mn. And we know that if m not equal to n, then it will be 0. It shows the orthogonality properties. And if m equal to n, then it will 1 and the value will be 2 by 2n plus 1. But combiningly the equation, this equation is called as orthonormality condition, orthonormality property. Remember, this was most important. Orthogonality means it has to be 0, m not equal to n. Orthonormal, normal means Kronecker delta will be come into the picture, or Kronecker delta should be written in that equation, that is delta mn. So this is in general form, which is called the orthonormality. Here m not equal to n, that will be this delta mn will be equal to 0, so this value will be 0. That is nothing but called as your orthogonality properties. And if m equal to n, the value will be 2 by 2n plus 1. Okay, so you just correct it in your note wherever you written about orthogonality property of Legendre's polynomial. Here you just write. Okay, now we have to discuss in detail about this one, that is orthonormality and orthogonality of Hermite polynomials. That means minus infinity to plus infinity e to the minus x square into hnx into hmx dx equal to 2 to the power n into n factorial into root over pi into delta mn. That we are going to be proof. Carefully you have to watch and pause the video and write down the note. The Hermite differential equation is, we know that d square y by dx square minus 2x dy by dx plus 2ny equal to 0, or we can write y double dash minus 2x y dash plus 2ny equal to 0. Let it is your equation number 1. For this differential equation, let y equal to h and x be the solution of the differential equation 1. Then equation number 1 can be written as hn double dash x minus 2x hn x hn dash x plus 2n hn x equal to 0. Let it is your equation number 2. Now we have to multiply e to the power minus x square with this equation number 2. Then what we can get? E to the power minus x square hn double dash x minus 2x into e to the minus x square into hn dash x. Here I forgot to write. Okay, hn dash x plus 2n into e to the minus x square hn x equal to 0. Now these two terms combiningly can be written as d by dx of e to the power minus x square hn dash x. So if you are going to consider this is our first function, then derivative of this one will be hn double dash x and e to the x square. I am considering the derivative with multiplication. Okay, so then if we have to consider this will be the first function, then it will be hn dash x and derivative of this one will nothing but minus 2x e to the minus x square. So these two can be written in the form of this one, d by dx of e to the power x square into hn dash x plus 2n into e to the power minus x square hn x equal to 0. Let it is your equation number 3. Similarly, we can get by considering instead of n equal to m, then it will be d by dx e to the power minus x square into hm dash x plus here 2n. We can write 2m into e to the power minus x square into hm x equal to 0. Let it is your equation number 4. So for my easy explanation in this page, I written that 3 and 4 equation again over here. Now we have to multiply hmx. See, equation number 3 contains hn. We have to multiply hm with equation number 3, and hm contains equation number 4. Now we have to multiply hn with equation number 4. Okay. So now multiplying hm with equation number 3, hn with equation number 4, and subtracting, we get what we can get. See, here we have to multiply hm. So hmx into d by dx of e to the minus x square hn dash x, okay, plus 2n e to the power minus x square hn x, and hmx is going to be multiplied over here. So hmx into hnx minus this one, this whole with multiplied with hn. So hn minus hnx d by dx of this much, d by dx of e to the minus x square into hm dash x, then minus 2m e to the power minus x square e to the minus x square hnx into hmx equal to 0. Now you can see here e to the power minus x square hmx into hnx, and here also e to the minus x square hnx hmx, both are common, can be taken outside with a bracket. We can write combiningly these two terms. What we can write? See, this term written as usual here, minus this term written over here. Okay, now combiningly this and this term we have been written by taking common as e to the power minus x square, 2 also common, 2 e to the power minus x square hmx hnx, we can found n minus m. Okay, so 2 into n minus m e to the power minus x square into hmx into hnx equal to 0. Okay, now That implies we kept this term in the LHS, and this two term we have been taken to the RHS, right hand side of this equation. What we can found, 2 into n minus m e to the power x square into hmx into hnx. This is gone to right side, so this will be plus. So hnx into d by dx e to the minus x square into hm dash x minus hmx d by dx of e to the minus x square into hn dash x. Okay, now to left hand side, written as usual, not changed anything. Okay, now this two term can be written as d by dx of, see, e to the power minus x square is there, so it can be written as e to the power minus x square hn x into hm dash x minus hn dash x into hm x. See, these two terms has been written over here combiningly like this. See, if we have to consider d by dx of this much, what we can get? We can get these two terms. How? See, d by dx of this one, first term we have to consider. Suppose hnx is your first function, then we have to consider the derivative of e to the minus x square and hm dash x, same thing it is written, hn dash hn x considered as the first function, then d by dx of e to the power minus x square into hm dash x. Okay, then minus, suppose hmx considered as the first function, hmx, then d by dx of e to the minus x square hn dash x. So these two terms has been written combiningly by in this form. Let this is your equation number 5. Now integrating equation number 5 with respect to x from the limit minus infinity to plus infinity, what we can get? This is constant 2 into n minus m integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square into hnx hnx into hmx dx is equal to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity d by dx of this whole term has been written integrated with respect to dx. Okay, and we know that integration for a derivative, if we have, then this differentiation is going to be removed only. So left hand side has been written as usual, whatever written, nothing changed. Okay, so right hand side will be this d by dx is going to be omit, or we are going to be integrate, means this d by dx is going to be cancelled and we have to put minus infinity to plus infinity limit. So it will be e to the power minus x square hn x into hm dash x minus hn dash x plus hn dash x into hmx, limit is minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so here you can see if we have to put limit infinite over here, this will be e to the power minus x square minus infinite. See, plus infinite at the place of x square means it will be e to the power minus infinity. Minus infinite at the place of minus x square means, or it will be also e to the minus infinity. So this whole term is going to be 0 because e to the power minus infinity, e to the minus infinity, we know that it will be 0. So after putting this infinite as the limit and minus infinite as the limit for this one, then we can found this whole term is going to be vanish or it is equal to 0. Then left hand side is nothing changed. We have been written whatever over here, nothing changed, and we have written as usual, that is 2 into n minus m minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hn x into hm x dx equal to 0 because e to the minus infinity equal to 0. Here I written e to the minus x square tends to 0 when x tends to plus or minus infinity. So here we found that here e to the power minus x square minus infinity to plus infinity integration hn x into hmx dx equal to 0. So here m not equal to n. So this condition is nothing but called as your orthogonality. Remember, when m not equal to n, that will be called as orthogonality property or orthogonality property or orthogonality condition or orthogonal relation, whatever you can say. But you have to remember, this is orthogonal. Okay, orthonormal, whenever you have to be right, at that time you have to use Kronecker delta symbol or function. Okay, now here one equation we have been found, that is our orthogonal property, that is your orthogonal condition, e to the minus x square hnx into hmx dx will equal to 0. But if n equal to m, it should be 2 to the power n factorial into root over pi. That we are going to be proof by using generating function. Now consider the generating function of the Hermite polynomial. What that is? E to the power 2xz minus z square equal to summation over n equal to 0 to infinity hn(x) by n factorial h z to the power n. Let it is your equation number 7. Okay, and also we can write e to the power 2xt minus t square is equal to m equal to 0 to infinity hmx by m factorial into t to the power m. So here, as z can be written by any symbol and n can be taken as m. So for z, this will be this one. For t, this is your equation number 8 in the two forms. Here n varies from 0 to infinity. Here m varies from 0 to infinity. So we found 7 and 8 two equations. Now we have to multiply this 7 and 8. What we are going to get? Simple. This is e to the power 2xz minus z square into e to the power 2xt minus t square is equal to summation over n equal to infinity 0 to infinity hn(x), and another summation I have to write first. So this is n equal to 0 to infinity, m equal to 0 to infinity. Two summations here I have written. So here hn(x) into hmx, hn(x) into hmx divided by n factorial into m factorial into z to the power n into t to the power m. Okay, now multiplying both the side of above equation by e to the power minus x square and integrating with respect to x from minus infinity to plus infinity, what we are going to get? So left hand side we have to multiply e to the power minus x square and integrate minus infinity to plus infinity. Then it will be integration over minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square and these two terms into dx. Okay, is equal to summation taken outside 0 to infinity, m equal to 0 to infinity, integration minus infinity to plus infinity multiplied with e to the power minus x square hn(x) into hmx divided by n factorial into m factorial into z to the power n t to the power m dx. Let it is your equation number 9. Okay, but equation number 6, what we found? Equation number 6, from equation number 6 we found orthogonality properties, means m not equal to n, the value of this integral value is equal to 0. So here one same type of integral we can found. See, n factorial m factorial is constant, n factorial m factorial is constant. Here z to the power n t to the power m both are not function of x. So this integration means e to the power minus x square hn(x) into hmx. That means this integration will be equal to 0 because here n not equal to m. N not equal to m. Okay, I written that from equation number 6 it is found that this integration minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hn(x) into hmx dx equal to 0. Hence RHS of equation number 9 will be vanished if we consider n equal to m. So whenever we have to consider n not equal to, when n not equal to m, then right hand side of equation number 9 is vanished. But here we are trying to find out when n equal to m, what will be the value. So for n equal to m, so now we consider n equal to m, then equation number 9 will be how much? Left hand side written as usual, only a power I added, that is your infinite to minus to plus infinite, e to the minus x square minus z square minus t square plus 2xz plus 2xt into dx. And whenever we have to consider that n equal to m, then it will be hn square divided by n factorial into again n factorial square, and this z to the power n, t to the n taken outside because not function of x. So summation over one summation only we have to write over here because only variable is n. So n equal to 0 to infinity z to the power n t to the power n minus infinity to plus infinity integration e to the power minus x square. It will be hn x square divided by n factorial square into dx. Okay. So here left hand side, what I done, I taken minus as common. So e to the minus x square plus z square plus t square minus 2xz minus 2xt, and another two terms I have been multiplied, that is e to the 2z t into e to the minus 2zt. That means this both term when they are going to be multiplied, it will be 1. So instead of 1 I have written this one into dx is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity z to the power n t to the power n divided by n factorial square integration over minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square and hn x square dx. Okay, so here you can see that e to the power 2zt taken outside the integration. So we found e to the power minus x square plus z square plus t square minus 2xz minus 2xt. So this is minus means it will be plus 2zt dx is equal to same thing written over here, nothing changed. Okay. Focus on the left side. So it will be e to the power 2zt minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power, this is nothing but is your x minus z minus t whole square. So this 6 terms can be written as x minus, that means the a plus b plus c whole square formula. So x minus z minus t whole square minus is there, minus dx equal to nothing has been changed, same thing it has been written 0 to infinity zt to the power n factorial square minus infinity plus e to the minus x square hn x square dx. Let it is your equation number 10. Now we have to put y equal to x minus z minus t, x minus z minus t. So dy equal to dx and integration of minus infinity plus infinity. So here if I have to put x minus z minus t as y, then it will be e to the minus y square dy, and this integral value is root pi, because I suggest that you have to watch one of the video in my channel, that is a special integration. This type of integration, how we are going to be found, that is a general formula I have been explained there. You can watch that, or that this is nothing but this integration can be done with the help of gamma function. See, e to the minus y square dy minus infinity to plus infinity. See here 1 can be written as y to the 0 e to the minus y square dy. So if you have to watch that video, that is a special integration, one of the video in my channel, you can found that when here n equal to 0, a equal to 1, that means you can found that generally what it is, generally if we have a integration like this minus infinity to plus infinity, minus infinity to plus infinity y to the power n e to the power minus a y square dy, okay, it can be written as 2 into 2 into 0 to infinity y to the power n into e to the power minus a y square dy for n is equal to even. Okay, for n equal to even. But if n equal to odd, this n equal to odd, then it will be 0. Then further this integration, that means here we found 2 into 0 to infinity y to the power n into e to the minus a y square dy. Okay, so 0 to infinity, this type of form integration if we have, then this integration will be 2 is there, no need, here 2 is there, keep it. Only this integral value is nothing but 1 by 2 into 1 by a to the power n plus 1 by 2 into gamma n plus 1 by 2. This is the general formula. That means any integration like this 0 to suppose we have 0 to infinity x to the power n into e to the minus a x square dx, this type of integration is there, and this value is anything. This value is 3, 4, 5, whatever. Only minus infinity to plus infinity is there, means we have to put 0 for odd, and for even this is 2 into 0 to infinity. But only we have this much 0 to infinity, this one, that means we have to write 1 by 2 into 1 by a to the power n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1 by 2. This is the general formula, you can say. So now the same formula I am going to be used over here. You can see this is y to the power 0 e to the power minus y square dy. Okay, here n equal to 0, so that means it belongs to even, and a equal to 1. Here e to the power a y square, a means 1. So it can be first written as 2 into 0 to infinity y to the power 0 into e to the. So 2 is here. This much integration I told, what, how much? That is 1 by 2, 1 by a to the power n plus 1 gamma n plus 1 by 2. So this will be 2 is here, 2 is here. So this integration will be 1 by 2 into 1 by a to the power n plus 1 by 2 gamma n plus 1 by 2. So here a is nothing but 1. So 1 to the power n is 0, 0 plus 1 by 2. That means 1 to the power 1 by 2 means 1, gamma 1 by 2, because gamma n equal to 0 plus 1 by 2. That means gamma half, we know that root pi. So this integration value we found this one. So it will be easy that if you have to remember this formula. Okay, but carefully you have to do that. If minus infinity to infinity is there and this n is odd, directly you have to write 0. Okay, if n is even, then first you have to do 2 into 0 to infinity like this, then integration of this one is nothing but in this form, that is 1 by 2 a to the power n plus 1 gamma n plus 1 by 2. Okay, now equation number 10. So here we found minus infinity to plus infinity, this value is root pi. So equation number 10 will be e to the power 2zt into root pi. This value is how much we got? Root pi is equal to, right hand side whatever written, the same thing written over here, that is z t to the power n by n factorial square minus infinity to plus infinity integration e to the power minus x square hn square dx, hn square dx. So here you can see that e to the power 2zt, that means e to the power x in the expansion form can be written as summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity x to the power n by n factorial, that we know. Okay, the same thing I have been written here. E to the power 2zt in the expand form can be written as root pi is here, n is equal to 0 to infinity 2zt to the power n by n factorial, and right hand side nothing changed, written same. So in the next page what I written, the same thing I have been written here. See, in the next page I have written 2 to the power n, because here 2 to the power n can be taken at outside, I taken and I written in this form that root pi minus 0 to infinity 2 to the power n zt to the power n by n factorial equal to right hand side nothing changed. I not changed anything, same thing whatever here I have been written over here. Let it is your equation number 11. Now comparing the coefficient z to the power n, both RHS and LHS, both the side of this equation number 11, what we can get? See, here if we are going to compare z to the power n of left side, it will be root pi 2 to the power n by n factorial, root pi 2 to the power n by n factorial is equal to 1 by n factorial square into minus infinity to plus infinity e to the minus x square into hn x square, not dx. Yes, dx integration is there, so minus infinity to plus infinity e to the minus x square into hn x square into dx. Okay, so here you can see 1 n factorial and n factorial got cancelled, and we found this much. That means minus infinity to plus infinity e to the minus x square into hnx into hnx. This square can be written as hnx into hnx equal to 2 to the power n, this n factorial multiplied over here n factorial into root pi. Let it is your equation number 12. Here n equal to m. Here this equation is for n equal to m. So now if we are going to write equation number 6 and this 12, equation number 6 we found orthogonality condition or orthogonality properties equation or relation, whatever you can say, orthogonality properties or condition, that is this much when m not equal to n. And equation number 12 we found this much 2 to when n equal to m, this will be 2 to the n factorial into root pi. Now combiningly if we are going to write this two equation, so from equation number 6 and 12 we can get what we got. From equation number 6 we found this much e to the minus x square hnx hmx dx for n not equal to m. I told that this is nothing but called as your orthogonal condition, whatever you can say. Many books written orthogonal condition, orthogonality properties, or orthogonal relation, whatever you can write. Orthogonality condition you can write, or orthogonality property you can write, orthogonal relation you can write. Okay, and from equation number 12 what we found? This much, that is your e to the power minus x square integration from minus infinity to plus infinity hnx into hnx dx equal to 2 to the power n factorial into root pi. So now if we are going to combine this equation number 12 and this is your equation number 6, no? Now if we are going to combining this equation, this is your equation number 6 and this is your equation number 12. If I am going to combiningly I want to write, that will be nothing but your orthonormality property or orthonormality relation. How I can write? That will be minus infinity to plus infinity e to the minus x square into hnx into hmx dx equal to 2 to the n factorial root over pi into Kronecker delta symbol you have to write, or function we have to write, that is delta nm. So here when n equal to m, we can found hn and hn, that means this equation. When n not equal to m, then we can found this one equal to 0. So this equation, this property or this relation is called as orthonormality property or orthonormality relation. So wherever Kronecker delta symbol used in that, in which equation, that equation is called orthonormality relation. So sometimes question is going to be asked for you that find out the orthogonality properties. Orthogonality properties means up to equation number 6 you can prove, means okay, no problem, but you have to check that question is how much mark. Suppose 3 to 4 mark means you can write up to this much, because this is your orthogonality properties. So up to this much you can prove and you can say that yes, this is nothing but called the orthogonality property or condition of the Hermite polynomial. But if that question is 6 to 7 mark or 8 mark, you have to derive up to this much, because sometimes they asked orthogonality, but they want that you have to write all the things, that is your orthonormality condition. Up to orthonormality condition you have to write. So this is your orthonormality condition, where Kronecker delta symbol has been used. Orthogonal condition means n not equal to m, but this value is going to be 0. Same thing also, we found similar type of things also we found at the time of Legendre polynomial and corresponding orthogonal and orthonormality conditions when we discuss at that time. So I suggest you go through this video properly, write down the note by pause the video. And one thing I suggest, that this is one of the important question for your exam point of view, and you also prepare this question for your exam. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.